shouldn't be standing with a heart that's so heavy. I shouldn't be up with all the weight that I carry. Don't know if it's right, but I'm sticking with you. You're my only vice, I'm dependent on you. Love's for the wicked, I know this shit too well. I talk you.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a fun, different video for me. Today, I'm gonna be doing 25 things I've learned in my 25 years of life. I am 24, but I turned 25 in about a week. And I think 25, at least for me, is a pretty big milestone birthday. I think when you're growing up, you kind of look at people around this age and think that you'll have your life together and you'll have it all figured out by then, which is not necessarily the case. But I have learned a lot. I've grown a lot. I've been humbled. I truly feel like I know who I am and what I have to offer, and I try to be the best person that I can. So I thought it would be just fun to share what I've learned and kind of how I live my life. 25 for me is also a golden birthday, so I have had high expectations for this birthday for a really long time. If you don't know golden birthday, I don't really know where it comes from, but it's the year you turn the same age as the day you were born. So I turned 25 on the 25th. So I am lucky. I know some people have like their golden year was when they were like 6 years old or something. So I definitely have some big expectations, and like even last year was really great, so it does have some big shoes to fill if we're being honest. But I've already like gotten some really good news about the year going forward, and I could literally get emotional. I just think it's gonna be such a good year, and I'm so happy with who I am and where I am right now. Hi, if you're new, quick backstory. My name's Krista. I'm almost 25, living in Charlotte, North Carolina. I work from home. I do data analytics and project management for a hospital. I have my MHA, which is Master of Health Administration. I'm interested in coding. I do some coding stuff. I also work at a restaurant, waiting tables on the side for some extra cash. I have a dog. I have a wonderful boyfriend. Yeah, that's just a little bit about me. I like making lifestyle videos and taking you guys through my 20s with me. But without further ado, let's hop into these 25 things. They're in no particular order. Some of these are gonna be serious, some of these are gonna be more lighthearted. I think a lot of them are kind of serious, but I got deep writing these down. So the first one is everyone is fighting an internal battle. This is something I've had to learn by watching things, especially on the internet. I think everyone just tends to make their life seem perfect, but it's just simply not true. Everyone has some kind of family issue going on, and if they don't have that, they probably have some kind of internal, maybe insecurity issues or something. It's just everyone is fighting something. It could be anxiety. Like, I just try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt because I have learned that everyone is fighting something. Like, I remember a period in my life where I was really struggling. When I lost all my hair in high school was like the hardest time of my life, and no one knew on the outside how much I was really struggling. So that is an experience that really humbled me and made me realize that everyone is going through something, and for that reason you should always be kind and put your best foot forward towards others. Second thing I have learned is that you can't be best friends with everyone. This one's hard for me to come to terms with because I tend to be a people pleaser. I want everyone to like me. I want everyone to be happy. I want to make others feel good, kind of relating to point one, but that's just not possible when you're an adult and you work a full-time job, you have hobbies, you have relationships, you have animals, family. You can't prioritize 50 best friends. You can have a couple close best friends who you talk to often, but if I tried to be best friends with every friend I had, every acquaintance I had, I would have no time for anything else. Because to really have that best friend relationship, you have to put time and effort into it. So I have like a lot of friends who I love and enjoy their company, but I only have a few just like best friends because, like I said, it's hard to put that energy into so many different friendships. So it's okay if you don't have 50 best friends like you did in high school. You might have 3 or 4 best friends when you get older, maybe 1. And then some other friends scattered here and there. But those really close relationships are hard to foster as we grow up. People move away, and that's okay. It's okay. Number 3 is most people just want to be liked. Most people just want to be liked and accepted. So that is what I want to make every person around me feel. When I meet someone, I don't want anyone to feel left out. I don't want anyone to feel disliked. I want everyone to leave an interaction with me feeling better than how they came into it. Kindness is like the biggest thing I think you can offer this world, and everyone wants to be accepted. So if you make people feel that way, you'll feel good about yourself. Number 4, it's okay to say no. Another one that I have probably just learned this past year, truly. I used to have the biggest FOMO ever. Like if anyone was doing anything, I had to be there. And I have learned this year to prioritize myself, my self-care, and to say no to things. It's shocking, I know, but nowadays on the weekends, I pretty much stay home. And it's not because I couldn't go out, I definitely could, but I'm protecting my own peace, and saying no has helped me to relax and be able to balance the more important things in my life, because I've been able to say no to going out so much and doing stuff, spending money when I don't really need to be doing that. Don't take things too seriously. Laughing at things that happen is the best way to get through them, in my opinion. My grandparents have been married for like 50 years, and when I asked them what their number 1 piece of advice is, it was laughter and not taking things too seriously. We're all gonna go through some things in life, but when you look at it like this is the end of the world, that's just makes these obstacles so much harder to get over. And I know some things are serious and some things you have to take very seriously, but when you can, laugh at things, take things lightly. An example is you are going in the fridge to make your morning coffee and you have no creamer. Like, you can choose to do one of 2 things here. You can choose to get angry and let it ruin your day, or you can choose to be like, I'm so dumb, and laugh at it, go grab a coffee elsewhere, go grab some creamer, whatever. It's just, your mindset is very important, and not taking everything so seriously like it's the end of the world will make you a much happier person. Everything works out the way it's supposed to, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. This is huge, something I've learned. I have a really recent example of this that I can't talk about yet, but I am impatient. I want things immediately. So if I'm like looking for something, say it's an apartment or a man or whatever it is, I'm impatient and I want to find it. And when things don't work out, I would get really upset and feel like my path was ruined, and that is just so not the case. If I had done so many things differently, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I love where I am today. If you're going one way on a path and something happens and you have to veer, it might be tough in the moment, but just realize it's going to put you where you are supposed to be, and you will be thankful for that thing eventually. My next one is that I like lists. Lists are good. Lists help my anxiety. I have learned that if I'm having a really stressful day and something's going on, or if I need to go to the store and I can't think of what I need, sitting down and making a list just helps get things out of my brain and helps me relax. Live in the present. Stop always thinking 5 years ahead. When I was 16, I was looking forward to being 18. When I was 18, I couldn't wait to be 21. When I was 21, I couldn't wait to be 25. Now that I'm 25, I'm like, I'm good here. I don't want to go any further. And I've been really trying to practice living in the moment and enjoying every moment you are in life. So if you're 16, you're driving around, living that high school life, enjoy that. It's such a fun time. If you're in college, enjoy that, and just try to focus on the present as much as you possibly can. Comparison is the thief of joy. So true. Like I say, with social media nowadays, people are portraying their best life, and it goes back to so many of my other points that everyone is going through something, and comparing where you are to other people is just, there's no point to it. You don't know how they got where they are. They could have had help, or they could have gone through something really horrible. You never know. There's no reason to compare. We all also have different paths and goals. That's just not something to compare yourself to. I don't compare myself to my friends who are married and living in homes, because that's not what I personally want right now. That's not my goal. So I don't need to look at that and feel behind. I need to recognize where I am and what I'm going for, and not compare myself to people. Clothes should fit you. You don't have to fit into your clothes. This was a really hard lesson I learned, and I had to learn growing up. I used to buy things in smaller sizes because I refused to size up. I mean, for the longest time, I was like, I'm a 6, I'm a 6, I'm a 6. And I'd buy everything in 6s and nothing would fit, and I would be depressed about it. And I finally learned that I'm an 8 and a large, and I'm so much more happy with how all my outfits look. I'm comfortable in them. I don't have to be the size I was in high school. You're allowed to grow, you're allowed to get a little bit bigger. And so my clothes had to grow with me. I had to buy bigger sizes. I don't need to stay tiny or change something about myself to fit into my clothes. A really small compliment can make somebody's day. If someone is in the coffee shop, whatever, holding the door open for you, telling them you like their shoes, just something can make a person's whole day. I know if someone makes a little compliment to me, it makes me happy. So I try to, if I'm leaving the house, compliment one person at least, because I know little things like that stick with people, and it's just a good way to spread positivity. Keep your home tidy. Teenage me did not believe in this, but my home is my oasis. It is where I am at peace. It's where I feel safe. And nothing makes me feel better than a tidy space. So if you clean up as you go, rather than letting things get into a big mess and then it just building up and building up, personally, I'm much happier just keeping it constantly tidy. Surrounding myself with positive people makes me a more positive person. I have had relationships in the past with people who I would consider like energy drainers. It's like the type of person that walks in the room and is just like in a bad mood. Everyone around them feels that, and it's just not a good feeling. I know everyone has those days, like that's okay, but in general, I like to surround myself with people who have the same mindset and goals and positivity that I have, because it keeps me in that headspace and it makes me feel good. Not everyone is gonna like you. This is another one I have come to terms with. I think sometimes people go in meeting others with preconceived notions and have already decided ahead of time if they're gonna like you or not. And as someone who wants everyone to be happy and wants to be liked, that's hard for me. But at the end of the day, it's okay. Like, people have their own internal battles going on, like we said. And so if they don't like you for no good reason, then that's on them. They can live with that energy in their heart. We just need to move on. Take care of your clothes. Whatever you have that you love, don't dry it. Hang to dry your good stuff, because it lasts so much longer and it's worth it to have those nice pieces to live in your closet for a long time. Getting out of your comfort zone is probably the best thing you can do for yourself when it comes to growing. One of the best periods of my life growth-wise was when I was recently single and I was on a dating app and I was going on a bunch of dates, just literally to get out of my comfort zone and to find myself and to build my confidence. And it really helped me. That's just an example. You don't have to go on a bunch of dates to get out of your comfort zone. Travel alone, go to new places, meet new people, do things that make you nervous because you feel so good once you've done them. Try a new workout class by yourself. Do these things that get you out of your comfort zone and are out of your safe space to really grow and find yourself. The way people treat you says more about them than it does about you. Like I said, if someone likes you for no reason, they probably have some kind of internal battle going on. If someone's just an energy drainer, again, says more about them than it does about you. We don't need to take everything so personally, even though it's hard not to. It doesn't matter. What people do says more about them than it does you. Most people, from my experience, have insecurities with their body. I know we compare ourselves and we look at people and we think, oh, they're so beautiful, they're so perfect, whatever. And those are really great things to think about others. But try thinking that about yourself every once in a while, because I guarantee even the Instagram models and whatever have insecurities about their body. My teeniest tiny friends are insecure because they're so teeny tiny. Me, on the thicker side, am insecure because I feel so big. Everyone has those internal issues. You are never younger than you are right this second. I'm aging as I speak, so take the risk. If you wanna move somewhere for a couple years, try it. If you hate it, you can always return to where you were. If you wanna quit your job and try something, try it. Do things now so you don't have regrets. Saying sorry does not make you weak. I think this is such a bad misconception that people have. I can't stand when people are like, I don't apologize. And I'm like, why? Like, let's just level with each other and apologize. Being able to own up to your actions and say sorry is a good thing. Kind of relating to that, be humble. People can tell how amazing you are. You don't have to subtly flex on people or not so subtly flex on people. Being humble is one of the best things you can be, kind and humble. Trust your gut and stick to your guns. The best thing I can think about with this example wise is if you're in a relationship that just something feels off, it's okay to leave. Even if nothing is necessarily wrong on paper or on the surface, something just doesn't feel right, you should leave. Like, it's not worth feeling that way. And I feel like you can use trust your gut for so many other things, friendships, jobs, whatever. Just like, you have these feelings for a reason, trust them and follow them. Live more in the moment than on social media. As someone who vlogs their life and finds social media really fun, this one can be hard for me. So if I'm ever late on vlogs or my vlogs aren't as long or whatever, it's because I'm prioritizing living in the moment and I don't always want to whip out my camera and put it in people's faces. So it's kind of a catch-22 for me because it can be detrimental on some of my video content, but to me it's worth it. I love living in the moment and taking in my time with other people especially. These memories will hopefully last you a lifetime, so it's important to really be present in those times. It's worth it to invest in some self-care products. For me, this is like Botox and like hair care. These are things that I really care about. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I didn't have hair for a really long time, so having it now, I really want to take care of it. And investing in things like that makes me feel good. There are other things that I choose to save on, like makeup and things like that, but some self-care is worth investing in for long-term benefits. Last but certainly not least, I saw a card reader this year. And something that I learned and has really stuck with me is sometimes people just want you to listen to them, not necessarily offer solutions. And this really like rang a bell in my head because I am a solution giver. I offer you solutions. If you are venting to me, I am laying out a step-by-step plan to how we're gonna solve your issues. And I always thought that was a good thing and that I was helping, but I've come to realize that sometimes people just need you to listen. If they're going through something really tough, they'll figure it out. And unless they ask, can you help me? What would you do? Then you just need to listen, empathize, and let them vent. Not everyone wants a solution at that time. It could stress them out or overwhelm them. So sometimes you just have to listen. And that was a really valuable lesson for me this year, honestly. That is 25 things that I have learned in my 25 years. It's a lot about life, relationships, love, and those are just the things that I think are important in life. So I hope this helped you out. I hope you learned something. I hope you took some time for some self-reflection. Make sure you subscribed if you are not already, and I will see you so very soon in my next video. Let's have the best year ever.